Alright, so before this video starts, I just want to apologize for my voice. I think I'm coming down with a cold, and I wanted to record this before it gets worse, or in case it gets any worse, so I can get it out before any more episodes of Andi Mack come out, just in case I miss my opportunity to talk about this. So I got a request from somebody whose name I don't remember, I'll put it up here, to talk about the Jyrus skateboarding sneak preview, and I don't know why I didn't think to talk about this, considering all that I talk about on this channel now is Jyrus, and that's probably still going to be the case until I can't anymore, or at the very least Andi Mack in general is what this channel is going towards right now, and I am very much fine with that. But anyway, so I don't know why I didn't think to talk about this, and now I'm going to talk about it because people seem to want me to. So this is one of the first times we've had a Jyrus scene that was mostly Jonah. I mentioned this in my top 10 cutest Jyrus moments, that most of them have been Cyrus focused, because it was Cyrus that they were building up and leaning towards the fact that he likes Jonah. So they were a lot more hints scattered for Cyrus, and we haven't really gotten much for Jonah. But this one's very, very Jonah heavy, because at this point, we don't need more hints that Cyrus likes Jonah. He has straight out said, no pun intended, that he likes Jonah, so we don't need those hints anymore. But now it's just a matter of Jonah. And the thing is, if you watch season 1, Jonah's a very chill person. He doesn't react to stuff very much. Episode 6, Andi falls right in front of him after a really weird confrontation with Amber. Doesn't really say much, doesn't really react much, he just kind of stands there. Episode 4, when Amber has her whole, what about your dad, we'd love to meet him, which, by the way, cold freaking move. He barely says anything to her, he's just kind of like, dude, what was that about? He doesn't really react to stuff, at least not with Andi. The most concerned I saw him look in season 1 was with Cyrus in the puke shoe, if that tells you anything. I mean, he looked upset a little bit when Andi kind of walked away, but even in that whole confrontation, he didn't really react much. He just kind of sat there as like, what's going on? Because he's really, really oblivious to everything. And I can say that because even Asher says that. But, yeah, he just kind of keeps his cool. Until now, for some reason. So, in the very beginning, you know, he compliments Cyrus, like, you're one of a kind, and Cyrus doesn't take that well, and he kind of seems really upset about it. He's kind of upset. And it's like, that's not the type of thing that Jonah would usually even really notice, but he did. And then, obviously, when Cyrus started skateboarding, Jonah just started screaming and panicking, and then when Cyrus slipped over the bush, which, yeah, that would probably hurt, his first reaction is to call an ambulance. I have never seen this kid look that terrified for anything ever. I have never seen him look that upset about anything ever. Jonah's not an overreactor. He's never been an overreactor. Heck, he's hardly been a normal reactor. He just doesn't do this. So then all of a sudden, with Cyrus, he's starting to show more blatant emotion. That's really interesting. So this leaves us with two possibilities. One, Cyrus is seriously injured, which it's Andi Mack, so I guess it's a possibility. Or two, Cyrus is actually pretty much okay, just a little bit hurt, and Jonah way overreacted, and it's gonna be a plot point that, you know, he called an ambulance and he really didn't need to because Cyrus was pretty much fine. Which, I don't know how bad flipping over a bush would be, but I think Cyrus is gonna be pretty much okay. It was so interesting when I watched it. And also, I want to call out the red flag of skateboard buddies. Granted, Cyrus is the one who says this and not Jonah, but Jonah does, you know, not an acknowledgement. And just blank buddies in general, big flag for me. Because when I think blank buddies, I think fishing buddies from Brokeback Mountain, which is probably something that most of my fan base has watched. But yeah, the characters in that movie, yeah, they were considered fishing buddies. They didn't do much fishing. So that's definitely just that specific phrase is very much a sign to me. Maybe that's me looking too deeply into it, but I'm excited. You know, without this preview, I probably would have said Jyrus doesn't have that much of a chance of happening, which I know is an unpopular opinion around these parts, and I would love for Jyrus to happen as much, if not more, than anybody else. Right now, I have a little bit of a hard time saying that it definitely will, because like I said, there's still not a ton of evidence for Jonah, but dang, you put this clip in the right context and this might actually seal it. Especially because Jandy's already going freaking downhill towards a burning train wreck. Like, it's just, you know, towards the end of the episode, there is kind of a cute moment. I can kind of see why people ship Jandy. I don't. But, when Jonah's kind of teasingly making fun of her. But the thing is, Jonah was talking to Cyrus like this by episode 5, when he says, why are you so nervous all the time? Kind of like teasily poking at him. And Jonah and Cyrus are so much more comfortable together than Andi and Jonah will ever be. And I think that's a good sign. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I'm super excited for the rest of the season of Andi Mack. And let me know what you think in the comments, and if you have any other requests or anything you want to talk about relating to Jyrus or Andi Mack or Season 2 or Season 1 or anything like that, let me know in the comments. I'm almost considering doing a video on the Mack chat that was on this episode, and sort of why that is so important, but I might not. We'll see. Anyways, see you guys later.